top of the shelf.
Yay, you're alive.
Yay! Apparently we are live.
Yeah.
There you go.
And number 30?
Number 30.
I can't believe that's...
Dirty Gertie from number 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently we've got an excellent collection as well.
Excellent.
Excellent. So welcome to another one.
Yeah.
We actually have 3 people watching. Have you lot got nothing better to do on a Saturday night?
Seriously.
We haven't, which is why we're here.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
What's your excuse?
Yes. So
We actually had someone ask us if we can talk about that topic, so we're going to go there.
we did, and he's in, David.
Hi, David.
Hi, David.
So I'm going to do the typey chit chatty thing. You two do the big breaths on camera.
I don't know, I'm sinking.
You seem to be sinking, Joe.
You get lower and
I was going
lower.
to say, I'm getting lower down.
So we've had a very busy week.
We have.
We've been prototyping and starting production on Joanne's new flippy floppy.
Here's one
Yes.
Joanne made
Thank you.
earlier.
So we haven't decided on the name yet. Thank you for all the wonderful
Let
suggestions.
me just, I've got a picture. Whey! They give it a name competition, which is due to finish tomorrow night.
So if you've got any ideas of any names we could call this,
Yep,
Yeah, especially
submitted.
because
Yeah.
if we choose your name, you
You
get
win
one for
one.
free.
yep. One lucky owner,
Yeah, of the
For-
first ever one.
one lucky boner.
owner.
Yeah,
Well, no, it will be a boner, won't it?
Literally,
boner
yeah.
owner.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, we're starting to do them in yellow. And
Well, we
we're,
thought they'd look nice in red too. So
So, yeah, it's our first try in red, and we think it looks quite nice.
it does.
In fact, both Sabara and myself like the red
we
better.
do like the red, but of course we do it in the classic yellow as well.
Oh, yeah, it's
So-
got the yellow and black.
Monday, the first ones should go on the site,
Yeah, we'll have the production
in yellow,
line.
but
Yeah.
we'll follow that up with the red ones.
Yeah,
So if anyone's interested, that's what
it comes after.
2 sets of bits look like on a build surface.
That's fresh off the printer.
First off,
Yeah.
one of our Pruses.
I was
that
waiting
got-
for them to all slide off.
No,
Yeah.
they're on there pretty good.
Oh,
That's-
he stuck them down.
That's the
you
most
see,
important
so-
thing
Yeah,
about 3D
definitely.
printing. You get your first layer to stick, you're laughing.
Yeah.
So they're made in ABS.
Yeah.
So all the plastic parts you see on the flexible bit
how they come
are
out.
vapor smooth ABS. So we have Gio Ricks in the house as well. Hi Gio Rick.
Hey.
David Roberts has asked, how do we enter? Get yourselves over to our Discord server. And in the commercial electrode section, there's a competition there where you just add a name. If you're not on Discord, tweet us.
Yeah.
Or send us an email.
Yeah.
Get it in before close of play tomorrow, and
we're
you're in with a chance.
Put everybody's name in a.
Yeah.
We've had some
Hat.
amazing
Draw it out.
suggestions so
We
far. The plan. Go on. Explain the plan for drawing.
Well, the plan is that we're going to get the list of names in front of each of us.
Yep.
We're going to select, so Sabara's going to select her favourite 3. I'm going to select my favourite 3. And Stubbly here,
I think it's past Stubbly.
The hairy one.
well, he needs to be stubbly.
Yeah.
He needs a bit of
I
a
think we
shape.
should do 5.
So,
Yeah, let's
okay.
do 5 each.
We
Yeah.
shall select our 5 favourites. We'll put them on a piece of paper and put them in a hat.
Then we'll draw one out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, if we all like a particular name, it's got 3 times the chances of getting drawn.
So
Yeah.
put your name in because it could be
Yeah.
yours. we
So
all like.
and we'll announce that on Discord and Twitter probably Monday.
Yeah.
And then we'll get your details off you and get one into the post
Pop
for you.
it in the
You will
post.
actually get the first one.
We've
off
actually
the-
off the
off the
production
line.
Yeah.
So
And the beauty
it's
is,
special.
we'll pay for shipping.
Yeah.
If you're not in the UK, though,
You'll have to
you
pay.
will need to cover the customs fees.
Yeah, if it gets flagged for customs.
Yeah.
And we'll get that in the post for you. David Roberts said, we'll send you an email, don't have Discord. No problem at all.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I said, if 2 people suggest the same name, whoever entered earlier wins.
Well,
yeah.
And
That's
the
as
only
fair
way-
as we can
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
about as fair as we can be. But yeah, we're putting the first one aside, and that will go to one lucky winner. Cool.
Yeah.
So there you go. I believe David is waiting for some stuff in the post that hasn't arrived yet. Hopefully it has.
Hopefully they arrive
Please.
today.
Yeah, if not, hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. The problem we have is once we post something, we've got no control.
It's up to the Royal Mail.
It's up
Yeah.
to Royal Mail, yeah. Or if you're it's an export order, your national carrier when it clears customs. And normally for an international order, the thing that delays it the most is customs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got tracking, it will seem to just sit at Heathrow for a week. Well, it's not actually at Heathrow. It'll be in your country, sat in the in queue.
Yeah.
And it only resurfaces when it joins the postal system again after clearing customs. So even though it looks like it's stuck in Heathrow, it's not. It'll be in your country, and it's just getting through the customs process.
Yeah. And sometimes it might look like it's in somebody else's country.
We've had that before.
Yeah, we have.
That a few times where it said it's in completely
David
wrong
said
country.
it's arrived.
Yay! Yes.
And he's emailed us to let us know, and we've been tardy and not checked our emails. We've been flat out trying to clear the desk and get ready for
We've been literally
this.
flat out today, haven't we?
Yeah, because this is where we do most of our production.
This is where the company
This is
runs
it.
from
Yes.
this coffee table.
You are looking. Joanne's reviews is this piece of ply on this coffee table, and all the stains that it's got.
Yeah.
Silicon from
So
the
yeah,
molds.
we've been making silicon today. In fact, do you want to show the molds?
Yeah. Go on.
This is about version 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, should we go to
mold.
close-up cam?
Yeah.
Let's do
Want
it.
to do the cuss?
Do it. Do it.
You just want to see me stretch across the desk.
Yeah. Close-up cam.
We'll get there eventually. And here we go. Oh,
No,
no.
that's not the close-up cam, is
No,
it?
he's
There
getting
we
there.
go.
Woohoo.
There you go.
So this is
Finally.
Joanne's final mould.
Yep.
So this is the latest mould.
Version 7, I think.
So it's a little bit black in there from the silicon
Yeah.
because we've obviously used it.
To make the competition prize.
Yeah.
Is our big syringe kicking about, or is
I
it hidden
will-
away?
I'll
It's
go and get
down
the big
that way.
syringe.
So basically, we're injecting silicon into this mould.
Yeah, via this tiny little hole here.
Here is one
Yep.
we prepared earlier.
Yeah.
And Stuntcock has to do this because it is far, far, far too...
We're going to get there. There you go. So yeah, we have this monster syringe.
No, it's not an enema syringe.
So we pour the silicon into that. Obviously, the syringe bit goes in the syringe.
We get
These two get clamped together with some nuts and
nylon
bolts.
nuts.
Yeah.
That goes in there, and
And
we
that's-
pump away.
That's
And
stunt
then,
cock.
well, he says pump away. It looks like he's constipated as he's trying
It
to...
does.
It's hard work.
Which is
Yeah.
why he's the one that does it
Yeah.
because I can't do it.
And I can't do it.
Yeah. So we fill with that hole, and it appears in that little reservoir there. And
Then we
that
know to
shows
move on
it's
to
gone
the
all the
next
way
mould.
through.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the next mould.
And a cup of tea.
And a cup of tea afterwards,
Yeah.
and a lie down. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, black silicon at the moment. We
Yeah.
haven't got the ability to do different colours, but we're keeping it simple at the start and just
Starting off
Yeah.
simple and
see how popular these become. And we're going to start with yellow ABS, but red is coming
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
I like them both, but I think the red's just a little bit.
The red looks special.
Yeah.
It does.
Yellow's our normal colours.
Yeah.
And we're quite keen on that. But the red, I must admit, shiny.
Shine.
So the question is, do we give the first person who wins the competition a choice of colour?
Ooh.
That sounds fair.
Yes.
Since we've got red,
Yeah.
And they're ready to go.
So if you
And
win,
yellow.
you'll get the choice. You can
Yeah.
either have black and red, or black and yellow, black and yellow.
yeah.
black
The
and
only
yellow.
thing is the toggles are going to be with
Yes.
yellow tops.
Yep, we've only got them in yellow.
Because that's
Wow.
all we've got.
That makes it more unique, I think.
And we have those made in a company in London.
Yeah.
But we are intending to get some red ones of those as well in
Yes.
the future.
Yeah.
Yes, so it'll match
Just not quite
eventually.
yet.
But will it
But
be the first
it's the
one?
fact that it's so easy to change out. You literally, you don't even have to take the rubber out the
And it
clip.
makes it easy to clean as
You
well. and
literally
keep
just
clean.
pull the whole thing out,
Move it around.
move the plate, then move the blanking plate
Yeah.
to another slot.
So it is very functional. And having used one, very comfortable as well.
Do you like it, don't you, stunt car?
Yeah, things I have to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
you hate it, don't you?
Quality control department.
As
Yeah.
long as it's got no spikes.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's got
As we know,
spikes, he
Joe
doesn't-
likes the
No.
spikes.
If it's got spikes, he doesn't want to test
She
it.
has mentioned putting spikes on it. I'm like, oh, why?
You started running.
I
down
did start
the-
running away.
Yeah, so it's that easy to change,
Yep.
which is great.
So it gives you lots of options, and I think the plan is to do a version with 4mm rubber as well,
Yeah.
and 8mm,
Yeah.
and you can mix and match. You know, that's the beauty of this system.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I like about it. You can just mix and match it.
Put a lot of
whichever
thought
suits
into
you.
it, and a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
So that's that.
So what are we going to talk about?
What are we
today?
going to talk about? Give me those. I'll look after them.
We've had a question, haven't we?
We
Today?
have.
Yeah, no playing.
No, not on YouTube.
So what was our question again?
Nipple play. Bam, bam, bam.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We have done extensive research
Of course.
into this.
All three of us.
All three of
yeah.
us.
Yeah, because funny enough, we've all got them.
Yeah.
It's a very contentious subject, which is understandable. I mean, one of the basic rules of e-stim is don't play above the waist.
Yeah.
And that is a very sensible rule,
Yeah.
especially if you're new, because stay down below the waist, that's where all the fun stuff is anyway.
That's it, poo.
Well, most of the fun stuff.
Most of the
I was just about to say talk
But
later.
as you gain confidence and knowledge,
and have the right equipment.
and you get
Yeah.
the right equipment, that's the most crucial thing. You can tentatively venture above the waist.
Yeah.
Not that we're advocating you do so, but we're going to give you some information about how to minimise risks
and how we like to play.
and how we like to
Yeah.
play. What's the biggest rule?
Isolated channels.
Isolated channels. So make sure your box has isolated channels.
What you don't want is chatter across the chest,
No.
because you've got some very important stuff in there. One piece in particular
Yeah.
that is very sensitive to electrical signals. So with isolated channels, the stimulation is going to be isolated to one nipple and not go across the two.
Yeah.
So make sure you've got a box with isolated channels, or use two boxes.
Yeah.
That's one way of being really sure that you've got isolated channels, is by physical isolation.
Yeah.
So what box is the best to use for nipple clamp?
Well, the ones we use are
And 2B.
Two-
the
2B.
2V, a lot of times, the Axis, the Micro 312, the MK 312, but I think you've got to avoid mode 3.
Yes.
Not too sure on that, check the manual. Those we know are definitely isolated channels. There are other boxes over there, but
Yeah.
none come to mind. Some boxes, like the Electra Pebble, are definitely not
No.
recommended to use above the waist, because they have an inbuilt common.
Tri-phase system, basically.
Yeah, basically consider it an inbuilt tri-phase system. The common side of the transformers are joined together, so you will run the risk of getting cross chatter.
Yeah.
So don't use the Electric Pebble unless you're using two, one per nipple,
Yeah.
Then go for it.
and go for it. The other way of minimising risk is keeping the electrodes as close together as you can. Yeah, definitely on the same side of the body, so don't put one at
Yeah.
the back, one at the front.
It always takes the shortest route.
Yeah,
because-
I mean, try to get them as close to your nipple as you can,
Yeah.
and make sure the big thing is isolated channels. Or if you're not sure, just play with one nipple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And of
or
course-
two boxes.
You forgot to say, if you've got a pacemaker,
Well, you shouldn't be doing e-stim anyway.
No.
don't do it.
No,
So,
definitely not good. Electrodes. There are lots and lots and lots of different
yeah.
ways you can
Me-
use different things. The simplest
Basic
one
sticky leg.
is what
Is this-
Savar's holding up.
Yeah.
yeah.
Monopole pads. Place them left and right or up and down over the nipple. You can trim them down if you want it to be a little bit more intense. I know some people actually cut a hole in the middle of the pad
Yeah.
Right.
and,
to the
and then
nipple.
put another pad on top. So you're creating a bipolar electrode using two pads.
So we have got our...
But we
Awesome.
cheat and
We tend to cheat and use breast pads.
Yeah. Just make sure you wear a bra with these if you're a woman.
Yeah.
it just
Plus-
holds them in place better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guy, not so critical, but again, if you're wearing something tight on
Yeah.
any sort of pad electrode, it holds it in, because you don't
Yeah.
want corners peeling up, because that's when you get little localized hotspots.
Yeah. And you get the little
There's
bit of pain
some other
that
ones.
goes with it.
Don't use electrogel with
No.
pads. You don't need
No.
it. The
No.
the gel, the adhesive gel,
Adhesive
is
side on the-
conductive.
Yeah. And the electrogel will stop it from sticking to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Become a slidey mess.
Yeah.
If you're going to be using conductive rubber, then definitely use some electrogel.
Yeah, and there's
Um,
also Joanne's nipple.
Yep. Joanne's little nipple clamps there. They're a firm favourite.
Yeah.
And they can be used elsewhere as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they can.
To very good effect. But each one of those is bipolar. And again, that's the important thing. One channel per nipple
Yeah.
Yeah.
on an isolated box. So they're fun to use. Guys can use them as well.
Yeah.
They're more designed for larger nipples,
Mm.
female nipples, but guys can use them. And I know a lot of guys will actually pull the nipple through and clamp the areola behind the nipple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the nipple acts like a little cork and stops it getting pulled out,
Plus-
even with conductive gel.
We've also got our peg ones, but we run out of those.
Yeah.
We sold
Yeah.
out, haven't
The
we?
peg ones are more intense than those because
They're
it's a smaller
smaller.
piece of conductive
Better
rubber.
for males, definitely. 'cause
For-
it's
They are,
smaller.
yeah.
Yeah.
The rubber's close at the
Mm.
end, so they're easier for guys to fit them.
But
Yeah.
again, those can be used elsewhere.
They can.
Absolutely. And the other one, there's an eSIM Systems one here, which is the bipolar Eclipse.
And this has got a very,
Put
very...
the
Very intense.
Yes.
close-up cam on.
Oh God, you're asking now.
Well,
There you
yeah,
go.
All the electricity goes out that little...
Yeah.
that little tiny clip there.
Yeah. So
So
That is very intense.
More intense than Joe's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you can imagine the surface area of that is not much.
But they are really good. They're very good quality.
Yeah.
As with
Good
most
if you
things
like
with e-stim
paint play.
systems.
Yeah.
In fact, I've got a picture for that as well. Bam, bam, bam. e-stim systems.
He loves
bam,
his
bam, bam,
e-stim
back
systems,
again.
but
How's
there
that?
you
He
go.
does, yeah.
So we're going back to main camera. Oh, the buttons.
See, now you're getting the hang
You're
of your
getting the hand
buttons.
of it now,
I've got my
Stumpcar.
button finger and my abusive finger. My button finger today.
Okay.
Yep.
Right, okay, moving
So yeah,
on.
nipple stim is divisive
Yeah.
within the community.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. All forms of e-stim play carry risk. Yeah, it's edge play.
It is, it's hedge.
Like fire play, needle play, all that sort of stuff. You've got to understand the risks.
And make sure you've got the right
and
equipment.
Try to mitigate them if you can.
Yeah.
And the way to do that with nipple play is seriously one channel per nipple. Your electrodes close together as you can get them. And if you play with two nipples, you need either two boxes or isolate channels.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, we use the stuff for e-stim play.
Yeah, we like the 2B, don't
Yeah,
we? For
and we
nipple play.
understand there's some very strong feelings within the community. You know, some people have vowed never ever to do it. No one should ever try it, and that's fine. You know, it's not for everybody.
No.
It's like insertables; they're not for everybody. We all have different horses for courses.
Yeah.
But if you're
You are
aware,
coming out with some weird sayings today.
it's the Red Bull. That's what it is. It's Red Bull.
Yeah, we give a Red Bull before.
Yeah, it stops me falling asleep. It means they can work me 26 hours a day. Yeah,
We do our best.
we do
And
our
you can
best.
also use Joanne's nipple clamps with nipple bars as well. Because
Yes.
Yeah, you got your nipple bars, haven't you?
I have. So
In fact, we should do a whole piercing episode
we could, couldn't we?
because there's some qualified people here, isn't there?
You know, we're both looking at me at this.
Yeah.
I'm saying nothing.
Yes, if you've got your nipples pierced and you want to do e-stim play,
You can.
you can. Just make sure you've got the right.
Yeah. It's all about knowing what you're doing and
Yeah.
having the right equipment. If you're not sure, check it out
Or
with
ask.
the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Or drop us an email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
never a stupid question.
we're not going to try to sell you stuff, but we
No.
will if you want us to.
You can
But,
if you want.
but we're all for spreading information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when we first started e-stim, we were just completely confused.
Well, I was like, what's e-stim? It's
Yeah.
like,
Well, none of us had ever heard of it.
You know.
All of us were what's
Yeah.
e-stim.
Yeah.
And you know the story. I think we've said it before, but we got
We
into
have.
this when the sales director of e-stim Systems got in touch with Joanne and said, "Do you want to review an e-stim control box?" What was the question?
What's that?
What's e-stim?
Yeah. And now look at us.
Yeah, and now look at us. Yeah, so we've got e-stim Systems to blame for all this.
Yeah, it's
Their
their
fault.
fault. It's their fault.
It's their fault.
All their fault. So if anything's wrong, it's their fault. Talking of e-stim Systems, check out their latest videos on YouTube
Yes.
and their new podcasts.
Yeah.
They're very informative and it gives you the backstory. The latest one, I Sell Sex Toys,
It's fantastic.
Oh,
is
yeah, yeah.
really, really good.
It's good.
We've been down and met them personally and had a look around their workshop, which is amazing. But it's nice to see them, you know, covering the backstory.
Yeah, and it's nice to hear their story as well.
Because it is
Yeah.
interesting and there's a lot of hard work they put in to get to where they are today.
Yeah.
So well done, Wayne.
We're a
for
long
that.
way behind them, but we're
Yeah.
going to catch up, aren't we?
We're
And
catching
again,
them up.
the nice thing is they're another company who use their own product.
Like
Absolutely,
we do.
yeah. And in the UK,
Yeah.
happy with that. Born and bred.
Yeah.
So that's e-stim, nipple play.
Yeah.
There's loads of things you can do. There's loads of DIY electrodes you can make. There's loads of commercial electrodes. If you go on eBay, AliExpress, that sort of thing, you'll see those nipple suckers
Yeah.
with a conductive rubber
Just
thing
be
around.
very
Yeah.
careful.
Don't use those. Yeah, we have a set. We use them down below on air, simply because they're monopole, and so even with a box with isolated channels, you're running a current across your chest,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
something you never ever want to do. So don't use those unless you modify them and turn them into a bipolar electrode.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we did.
We did.
We
We
did
did.
think about doing at one point, didn't we?
Yeah, but it's just
we did,
very
didn't have the
problematic.
time.
Yeah, we tried messing around making conductive rubber ourselves, but it's such a hard
No.
thing to get right.
Yeah.
And if you buy the commercial stuff, you've got to buy it in bulk, and it has to be baked in an oven, and it's just we haven't got the facilities here to do that.
No, so
All
we've
the
got a nice
space.
little...
We can't fit the oven on this table.
No,
so
and we literally run this around this table.
we do.
It's like-
Yeah.
It-
This
it-
is our build 3D printer,
It's a
fixed
joke.
3D printer,
Yeah.
smoothing, everything else is done
Silicon.
here.
Butties.
Manufacturing.
Eat my
lunch.
butties.
Yeah.
Eat my butties. Yeah. Hopefully that has answered some questions for David. And now that his stuff has arrived,
Yeah.
you can crack on, son.
Yeah.
Have
Get
fun.
there and enjoy it.
But if you do have any other questions, just give us a
Yeah,
shout.
yeah, especially for these podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Podcast live casts even.
Yeah.
This is number 30. Woo, we should have
Can't
got some
believe
champagne
it.
or
We
something.
shouldn't we?
I've got Pepsi Max. Don't know. Product placement.
No,
Pepsi
not
Max,
allowed
get
to
in
do that.
touch. Yeah, I'll do him a good rate. Yeah, so 30. I can't believe it's 30.
I can't. It's gone so quick.
It
Yeah.
has gone quick, and we've really enjoyed ourselves, and it's the people that tune in every week that make
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
Because we have got better things to do on a Saturday afternoon, but we
I
like
like
sitting
coming on
here.
the chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it.
I am.
It was really hard at first, isn't it? And second, and 29th. But 30, we're getting all right now.
Yeah, as
We
long
seem
as
to know
you're
what we're
doing all
talking
the
about.
talking, that's great.
It's great.
It's hard to shut me up. Do not give me Red Bull. That's the thing.
Yeah. I see
Or
Joe.
Monster.
We're talking about that, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Right.
need to talk about that.
One
So-
of our customers bought a NATO hose to 20mm pipe adapter.
Glad you can remember what
Well
we called
done,
that.
Stunk.
Yeah, I'm full of useless information.
Yeah.
Dave Roberts said other drinks are available. Oh,
Yeah, of course.
And he tried fitting it to one of those black medical masks, but it's obviously it's not designed for that. It's designed to fit to a pipe.
Yeah.
So he got in touch with us and suggested that we make an adapter that fits that, and that's
this is
what
it.
Joanne's got there.
So this is fresh off the printer today.
Close up cam, bam, bam, bam. So that's ABS straight off the printer, and it's on the smoothed
Yeah.
Dull
condition.
form.
It
So-
literally finished about 5 minutes ago.
yeah.
5 minutes ago, yeah. So you can see layer lines and
Yeah.
start and stop points and all that sort of stuff. That's now going to be vapor smoothed, and it will be on his way to him at the early part of next week.
As a little thank you.
Yeah.
As a little thank you. But yeah, that will now fit straight into the mask that he's using,
Yeah.
which takes a medical 22mm fitting, I think.
Yeah,
So-
we welcome all your input.
We do.
Yeah.
We listen to people, and that was one of the things I picked up on an e-stim systems. Logo time. e-stim systems. Their latest podcast explains how they've grown and their ethos with customer support and all the rest of it, and they listen to all feedback, good and bad. And as far as I'm concerned, bad feedback or negative feedback is more important than the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice to know you're doing a good job, but it's even more important to know how you can improve and things you can do better. And that is a prime example. A particular product for a particular task, someone suggested a slight modification to it, and
Yeah.
it'll now do something completely different. So we do listen.
Yeah. And if it's something we can do, we'll give it a shot.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
We're such suckers for punishment. Demetrius Boyle said, review Cirrus kit or the new BTR Trembler Bluetooth model. I've used the original Trembler. Fantastic bit of kit. We got a pre-production model to review. So it's the new one is nothing like the old one. The new one is better. The problem with that stuff is it's so expensive, we can't afford to just go and buy all this stuff
No.
to review it. As reviewers, what generally happens is we get approached by companies and they ask, are you interested in reviewing X, Y and Z? And if it's made
Something
from
we like.
body safe materials, if it interests us, if it's the sort of thing that we play with, we'll say yeah. And we get it and then we review it. But the expensive stuff, we just can't afford to just keep spending money and
No,
buying
we
stuff.
can't.
Yeah, everything we make through what we do on the e-stim side gets ploughed back into the business.
Yeah.
And it also gets her to Disneyland.
What do
'Cause
you mean? Her?
Well, I have to drive.
He's my chauffeur.
I hate it. Oh, I hate Disneyland.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do, yeah. The
Of course you
food,
do.
the food gets in my belly.
Yeah,
though.
somebody e-stim systems knows as well.
Yeah, that's a little Disney princess on the end. And how many days to the next one?
47.
There you go. Surprised you're counting. So yeah, so we haven't really got a lot of disposable cash. Our overheads, while people might think you don't get a lot with 3D printing, you do.
Yeah.
When you're looking at rent,
Yeah.
insurance, electricity, which has gone through the roof,
Filament.
filament,
say,
and all
the
the good
printers.
stuff. The printers.
Yeah, just running the printers.
Maintenance.
Yeah, I mean we do hammer these printers.
It's also very time consuming.
It is.
So 3D print doesn't happen in 5 minutes.
No, it's a slow process.
If only it did.
Yeah.
But the beauty of being able to 3D print stuff is we can rapidly iterate a design. So we
Yeah.
can, or Joanne or myself can design something, print it, go, actually, that needs to be a bit smoother or needs a radius there. And within a few hours, we've got another one. And
That's
then
what I
another
love
one.
about 3D printing. Is
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those red those, that's version 7.
7.
That takes about 5 hours to make. So it's not a
And
quick
that's
process.
on our fast printer.
That's on
That's
one
on
of
the
our
very fast
Core
one.
XY mega fast printers. If Serious Kit want us to review stuff, we'd obviously be over the moon because their
Yeah.
kit looks absolutely amazing, and
Yeah.
I'd really hate to have to put
Oh,
myself
you'd hate
through
that,
Oh,
wouldn't you?
I'm sure,
Stunt car.
yeah.
Yeah. And the same with
You'd be devastated.
Trembler. You know, if they want us to review it, and one of the things we're reviewing, even if they send us something for free, if it's crap, we're going to say it's crap.
Yeah. We give you an honest.
Yeah,
Honest
and these
opinion.
companies don't have any input into what we say in a review.
No.
And any companies that ask for that, we just throw them and show them where
Yeah.
the door is.
It's amazing how many think they can say that, though.
Yeah, some people probably do, you know, but we don't need
No.
their business, as it were, because we're busy enough doing what we do. But yeah, any reviews that we do are honest, frank, and our own personal opinion.
Yeah.
If we don't like something,
We'll say it.
we'll say we don't like it, and we'll say why we don't like it,
But it
because
might
it might
work.
work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important. So yeah, I think we might send them an email and see if they want anything reviewing, especially because we have got quite a good e-stim audience for
Yeah.
Serious Kit stuff. But we have got a number of guest reviews on our site for Serious Kit things. So check those out. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll see what we can do, but I can't promise anything
Yeah.
on that.
Your
Unfortunately.
fingers crossed, though, aren't you?
Oh yeah,
He's like, please, please,
two sets of fingers crossed.
and his toes.
Yeah, because these two get loads of stuff to review, but poor old me,
Yeah.
sitting in the corner,
Do you know what?
sulking,
Joanne designed you a lot of stuff.
making
to
Wookiee
review, though,
noises.
doesn't she?
That's an ill
Okay.
Wookiee.
And of course, if any of those manufacturers have anything with spikes they'd like him to review,
No,
I'm
We don't
sure
do spike-
Joanne
we
would
don't-
be more than happy
we don't
to.
like spiky things, and we don't like crushy things either. Look at her face. That says it
that's
all.
because I know exactly
Yeah.
what you're going to say.
Yeah, I'm like that doing swastika man up the road. So, have you shown Banana? We got Banana out again.
Banana.
We haven't had him out for ages,
No,
have we?
he hangs around. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's sort of like a mafia boss.
He's always around.
He is around.
He's
One of
like
his
the
eyes fell off
fourth
the other
member
day.
of the team,
Yeah.
so we stuck him some more eyes on.
Yeah, bless him. So I think we've
that's
managed to
us.
survive and
Another
get through
show.
another show.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because normally we lose our internet connection
We do. Shh, don't.
because we're out in the middle of nowhere
anything.
and relying on Elmo and his
Yeah,
Starlink.
you've said it now, haven't you?
Ah, you've
Elmo.
got to. No.
He is Elon Musk Elmo, I'm sure. Same people. Elon Musk is Elmo in a
yeah.
human suit.
So if there's anything you'd like us to talk about next time,
As long as it's not spikes. Don't do spikes.
You know they're going to do spikes now,
No,
don't
no,
you?
no, no.
please do spike.
But yeah, it's hard to keep coming up with things to talk
It
about.
is.
Yeah, it's
So this week, David, thank you.
Thank you, David.
That's given us a pointer, and that's
yeah,
good.
definitely.
And David doesn't like spikes either. I like you. So yeah, tune in next week
Yeah?
yeah,
for more
of whatever we
of whatever
decide
it is
to
we
talk
can
For
muscle
more
Well,
electrics.
whatever.
something, whatever.
Yeah.
Trevor.
We'll find
And
something.
obviously that new Electro will have a new name by next
Yes.
week.
And we'll find out.
So we'll see what it is. I have actually got a picture of one of the suggestions,
Okay.
which I thought was quite good. I'm just going to throw it up now, nice and quick. The Scorpion.
Oh, the scorpion.
And I can see where the inspiration came
Yeah,
from.
it does
That.
Yeah.
kind of look a bit.
It does quite look a bit.
Yeah.
So that's one that caught my eye on Discord. But obviously, that's probably going to be in the draw because I like that one. It's going to be
Yeah.
one of my 5. But we're going to draw it all tomorrow night. If we thought about it, we'd have timed it for now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we didn't think about it. We said it was going to be Sunday night.
Yeah,
didn't
we sort of just did it and then
we?
thought
That's a
afterwards,
lesson for the
but
It
future.
gives people another couple of hours to.
That's it. So
Yeah.
if you're watching and if you've not already put a name in,
Yeah.
or if you want to put more names
You're
in,
more than welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's us. Thank you. And thank you, David.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you, David.
Demetrius. I had to check that. Yeah, Demetrius. And everyone else who's turned up who's been quiet. Don't be quiet.
We don't.
I
we
can't
don't
be
do
quiet. You
quiet.
shouldn't be quiet either.
Geo Rick.
And Geo Rick, yeah. Oh, silly me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, see you next week. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.